Hello everyone, and we should be live with that there. I believe we are live here, guys. You are coming in here. Let me know. If you all are joining in here, guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, guys. Going live in chess.com TV very shortly.
Artlist.io.
All right, so we have here today, of course, many people celebrate Valentine's Day, but that's an even better day to watch chess together with your loved one. What better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than to watch a Caribbean chess master stream from international master Alan Safar Ramoutar? I don't know why to spend money on some, expensive flowers or some chocolates when you could stay at home here and watch an amazing chess stream. So we'll be going live soon on chess.com TV. Meanwhile, I'll play some games. Okay, playing Terminator from Norway. Let's try experimenting in the opening. I like to do that in Blitz, not in Classical. The whole idea of that is to try to see how I navigate myself in new positions. Knight f6, g3. I'm gonna try the Stonewall Dutch. Shouldn't be too bad. c6. Black usually puts bishop on d6. Castles. White many times. Okay, 92. He's not playing in the most critical system. Doesn't want trade bishops here. So I can play knight d7. Here's one idea. Just stop his knight from coming to e5. That looks quite normal. I guess queen e7 I could follow it up with b6, bishop b7 is one idea. But b6, cd5, cd5, queen c6. So I'll play queen e7 first, defending my bishop. Guys, if you're coming in here, be sure to drop it in the chat, guys. Let me know how are you guys doing. So a Valentine's Day stream. b6, bishop b7, and I don't see why I should have a single problem here, honestly. Can play e4. Dutch defense looks quite good. Okay, 95 he gets in, that's completely fine.
Music licensing
Rook c8. I'm preparing c5. Can I play c5 immediately? I believe I could. In my opinion, this looks comfortable for me. Take with the queen or the knight. I generally would prefer to take with the queen. My knight has an important role in the center here. Okay. Do I want double pawn the hanging pawns with bc5? Or do I want to take with the bishop? I believe the hanging pawns are more dynamic here. Would give us chances for some great counterplay, especially 94 coming next. I can play 94. Does any moves like d4 work? d4, e4, and that's the end after that.
Music licensing reimagined.
So I like 94 generally. This the f1 greatly supports it. So guys, if you're joining in here, be sure to comment in chat, guys. I'm International Master Alan Safar Ramoutar. I'm the #1 player from Trinidad and Tobago.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, he does have the strong knight there. I have the strong knight here. Quite funny. We both have some good knights. Let's play rook c8. Maybe I want to play d4. I need to open up my bishop.
Music licensing reimagined.
Thinking, can I try some moves like queen a5 to harass him? Don't make too much sense. d4. Yeah, I'm not sure the pawn sacrifice d4.
Artlist.io.
d4, e4, c4. The idea is I want to open up my bishop d4, and I will play some bishop c5. He will take bishop c5, queen c5, king f1.
Music licensing reimagined.
Queen e3. Queen e3. Then I want some knight d2 or so on, guys. This position is not easy at all. Let's try it here. Why not? So, guys, if you're joining in here, I'm International Master Alan Safar Ramoutar. I'm from the Caribbean here. I'm the #1 player from the English-speaking Caribbean. And we're giving you guys a show. Okay. I have bishop a3, bishop a3. Yes, bishop b2. Let's go with the original plan. I want to open up these diagonals.
Music licensing reimagined.
So, guys, how are you guys doing? How are you guys celebrating Valentine's Day? This real music here, guys. Straight from my country. The real tunes here, guys. He moves away. But what is this? Can I not simply take free bishop?
Artlist.io.
What did this guy want? I think the guy just blundered everything, guys. I mean, now we win his queen even. Quite strange. The Dutch defense has prevailed. In fact, our friend from Amsterdam came in here and the Dutch defense has just prevailed. Thank you, my friend. So my friend Mr. Leonard, how are you celebrating Valentine's Day today, my friend? Do you have any special plans? Do you guys have any special plans for Valentine's Day? Yeah. So one good idea, one good piece of advice I like to advise my viewers. If you play like Rapid or Blitz, it's always good to play like some random openings because you test yourself. You know, if you play in when you go to a real tournament, you don't want to play random openings. You want to play what you prepared. However, because Blitz and Rapid is not too important, I actually play a lot of random openings just to see how I navigate in positions to give my brain fresh questions from earlier on. So we play the Dutch defense. Mr. Faizan, why are you sending me a bullet challenge for 1 minute, my friend? Of course, why are we gonna play bullet on stream, guys? That is brain rot. Bullet is a sick man's game. I will not play that. Knight f6. I tried d5, and I was actually reading this article from the old grandmasters in Dvoretsky about the Dutch defense. And in the Dutch defense, White had several plans. The main plan is he wants to trade his light squared bishop for my dark squared bishop. His dark squared bishop for my dark squared bishop, I mean. And a lot of time, White wants to play like b3 and bishop a3 here, or bishop f4. He can try. But our opponent, you see, this is what happens when you're not familiar with the plans. The opponent, he just castled, he forgot about that. He played knight e2, not following with the plan at all. He, of course, should play b3 or so on. And I just played knight d7, I played queen e7, b6, bishop b7. Because, okay, I have this bad bishop now, it's inside the pawn chain. I need to to get it out. So I played queen e7 because I saw if I played b6,
Music licensing.
I wasn't 100% sure what's going on here. Apparently I had queen c7 to give the rook and bishop a6. I went back to queen, but he has 2 rooks. But I didn't want to trade queens like that. So I played queen e7 first, b6. Now if he plays queen c6, my bishop is defended. And I developed simply rook c8. I played c5, took with the queen. Apparently taking with the pawn wasn't too ideal here. I actually, my friend from Italy, thank you for tuning back in. I didn't see you in some time. I actually, I won't say I like the Dutch defense. However, recently I was going through a book by Dvoretsky, and Dvoretsky had like an article in the Dutch defense, and I found it very interesting, these stonewall positions. I probably won't play it in a classical tournament. Maybe if I studied more, but I found those positions quite interesting. So you have a good plan, Mr. Leonard. That's a very solid plan. Yeah, I took with the pawn here. Yeah, apparently taking with the bishop. You know, the problem with the Dutch is all the dark squares are weak. So I objectively didn't like how this looked. But apparently it's completely fine here. Rook fd1 has moved my queen. And black is solid here. So you see, a position like this, the Dutch defense serves well. We have the stone wall. And one point a lot of people don't know is the black bishop on b7 is actually no worse than the white bishop. So the white squared bishop is actually neutralized. However, white's dark squared bishop is usually a powerful piece. So I took with the pawn. I thought I wanted some dynamic position. He played knight f3. It was a big miss. You should continue rook fd1. Yeah, some heavy ideas here. Rook fd1 with some ideas simply to give his bishop and then target my pawns like this. Yeah, this would have been something like this could have happened. This would have been good. I of course wouldn't have gone for that. So I probably would have played 94. But yeah, knight f3 missed his chance. 94, queen c7. And now you see, look at the Dutch. The center is very, very strong. It's hard for white to break the center. So that's one good point of the Dutch defense here. f4 now. Now he played f4. His knight is strong, but now my knight is cemented here. And my bishops are working in unison. They both point this way, whereas white's bishops, they point in different directions here. So I always like when my pieces coordinate and work together. And now rook cd8. I wanted to set up some idea. My idea was, I found the correct idea, guys. Bravo to me, guys. We found the Caribbean chess master, international master, Alan Safar Ramoutar. Of course, found a good move here. So I played the pawn sacrifice d4. Why? I want to open up my dark squared, my light squared bishop here. And I want to seek some siege to the white king. Was white made moves like f4 and e3. And one good hint, guys, is when you play like f4 and your rook leaves from the f file, then your king is less safe. So I felt something was a little bit off about the white position here, because a lot of pieces are like in the center and the queen side, but not really by his king here. So my idea was, let me play d4, sacrifice a pawn, and now I'm opening up all my pieces with takes. He played bishop d4. I played bishop c5. Apparently first I should have inserted bishop a3. And the idea is bishop b2. I guess now bishop c5 check, or simply queen c5. No, queen c6. Queen c5 check. King h1 is knight f2. Yes, so king f1 and then queen e3. This is not pleasant at all. This rook d2. If bishop takes rook d2, this is really while he's in some trouble here. I played bishop c5, and apparently he could have taken here and played king f1. And I thought I should have something here, actually queen e3. But he has simply bishop e4. Bishop, this was not so simple here, queen f2. It weakens the light squares, but okay, white does well there. So yeah, I should have calculated and gone for the move. Bishop a3, definitely. And now if rook moves, we have rook d4. Rook d4, queen b6. So that was a quite interesting game in the Dutch defense. He collapsed, he played bishop. He just moved his king and gave me a free piece. So thank you to him. Nothing much to discuss. Alright, let's move on to the next game. So my friend from Italy, how are you spending your Valentine's Day? Let's try the Reti opening here, knight f3. So did you work on your own pawn play by specially studying it? I specially studied it, my friend. Now one thing is, I actually I actually think that analyzing games are not necessarily for improving your play. Analyzing games is for finding out what are your weaknesses in your thought process and your game, and then you work on the weaknesses. I think the analyzing games itself, the main point of analyzing your games is to find out where your weak points and errors in thought process. But I think the main work that, for example, for me, I improved the most by studying books, by going through different things, attacking here. I don't want to play d5 and open up his bishop. I generally like the simple move knight e2. So yeah, you could have find some good books. There's these books by Sam Shankland on pawn play. It's actually quite good. But I knew about pawn play before I read those books. Knight d7. Let's consolidate my center with c3. Center is very important. It's always good to keep a stable grip in the center, and it's neutralizing his bishop. So now he has this annoying queen on b6. Now, do I generally want to trade the queens? Yeah, that's a good question to ask. Queen b3.
Music licensing.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I want to trade the queens actually. Yeah, because I move my bishop, he wants to take greedily here. I don't want to calculate that business. Let me just play queen c2. I'll develop with bishop e3 next. Yes, small steps to giant improvement. Now, to me, it was a quite simple book to read. It wasn't nothing too complicated or anything game-changing, but it was a nice, instructive book. And I enjoyed it. Even I read the book. It was fine. It was a good book. Alright, guys. How are we going to continue here? My knight on e2, I think it could be improved. Or where could we improve it? Generally, knight g3 looks at f5, but there's no big square for the knight. I would like to get my f4 moving. One idea is g3, bishop g2, f4, but then my knight on e2 is still. Let's try knight g3. I'm not scared of h5. I mean, h5 he didn't castle yet, so I mean, I don't think he could play like that. And generally, let's move my bishop back to e2. Now I want to play f4. And when I play f4, the knight on g3 might be useful. So guys, a lot of time you might think the knight on g3 is not doing anything. It looks here at f5, the pawn is there, but the knight strongly supports the center. So when you have like a full center, all the control in the center, the knight on g3 is a good piece. It defends your center well. So he's opening the position when he has not castled. So that can't be a good idea, guys. That guy is playing some suspicious chess.
Artlist.io.
So do we play ed5 or de5? Or do we play neither? My question, can we just play f4? Because if ef4, bishop f4 is quite powerful. So f4, ed4 he might play. I'm saying what f4? Let's calculate first d5 to open the center. So d5, knight e5. Generally, he's not going to be on time to castle. Yeah, so d5, knight e5. Bishop c5, he could play b6. d5, knight e5, f4. He's going to play knight g4 and he's getting some tempo on my bishop there. I like this move f4 here, honestly. I like this blow up the position here. Keeping the tension is a very important aspect in chess. Stick with the bishop. Then I'll just go pawn e5. His position is in a lot of danger here, guys. Now e5, now I have the threat of e6. Oof. His position here is gonna get blown up. So guys, I always like to go back to the basics here. Now you may say, look, you are international master. What are these simple questions? But chess is a game. It's a simple game, guys. That's why they created freestyle chess, because the game of chess is too simple. They wanted something else. And here we could just play e6 here, honestly. We could just blow up on the position of g6. So our queen on c2 has a purpose now. So before, guys, when I put my queen on c2, you guys probably thought, what is queen doing there? Why did he put the queen there? It's not doing anything. But you know, Has a purpose.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay. If I take an f7 too early, he's gonna take with the king anyways. There. I'm thinking I can play bishop d3 first with the threat of ef7. I think I can play bishop d3. Because now I want to take, and when his king takes, bishop takes will come with check. This will be quite devastating. Yes, my friend, I'm playing there. My friend from Italy, I'm playing this. I am playing that. That was the first. I have a tournament schedule. I am rolling it out. But my first tournament, 100% confirmed, is June 19 to 26. I'm playing in Palermo. It's a very good tournament. If you want to play the different sections and not only for the masters, there are other groups as well.
Licensing.
I spoke to the organizer. I registered already. I'll be playing there. Should we play bishop d6? Huh. What about bishop e5? Can we just try bishop e5? What is he going to do this night? Yeah, what's he going to do, guys, about his knight here? What is he going to do? I mean, look at this position. So that's why you should always castle early, guys. So you notice in your recent over the board games that you're sometimes too passive. Look, now I actually have a basic rule I tell my students. I tell them usually the problem you see with a lot of players, they make a lot of random pawn moves that don't make any purpose or anything. Like they like to make moves like h3 or a3. I always think that whenever you make a move, it should improve a piece or have a plan to improve the position. So you always should make moves with plans to improve the position, improve your pieces. You should never make these like aimless kind of moves. Now, can we play bishop takes g6 or ef7? I mean, both of them are for sure winning. Let's play simple chess, guys. Why should I calculate a piece sacrifice? I can clearly win a pawn here. Bishop g6 is really nothing to discuss. Then my knight comes in the game at knight h5. If he plays king f8, knight h5, then yeah, this is not looking too nice for him. Oof. This guy is getting demolished. Put it in a nice way.
Artlist.io.
His queen defends the knight f6. I can play queen f. Knight g7 looks nice.
Music licensing.
Somehow I like to move dc5. It comes with tempo. Attacks his queen, and if queen takes, I play bishop d4. Gain another tempo on the queen. Can I play queen f2? My idea is I want both bishop c5 and I want to take knight f6. This looks quite deadly. Yes, my friend, it's resign o'clock. But the problem with a lot of guys these days is they don't want to resign. They don't want to resign for some reason. Maybe their coach told them they should never resign. They had some coach that told them never to resign. Let's take this free. I mean, that's the problem with coaches these days. They teach their students to play on till checkmate.
Reimagined.
There's no respect for the game of chess anymore. Take this. What does he think? After king g7, I'm just going to defend my rook with rook f1. Well, what did he want? What did he think was going to happen here? We're up a piece and a pawn. Very comfortable game. In fact, he might even get checkmated. I can try even h4, put my pawn on h5, keep my bishop on g6, and try to mate his king. That's the fancy way. But guys, I like to honestly play simple chess. I just make sure all my pieces defended. And then, like you see, I move my bishop back just to make sure, okay, there won't be any tricks with that. Then I want some rook f7 now. Rook g6 even. Yeah, rook g6 is stronger. Because he's going to lose the h pawn too. The guy's losing everything. Now he's not having a good Valentine's Day. He's losing everything for Valentine's Day. So guys, if you're joining in the stream now, I am International Master Alan Safar Ramoutar. Okay, he loses his rook now, my friends. I'm the best player from the Caribbean, the highest rated player. and we like to bring you guys very nice instructive chess. So that was a nice game.
Artlist.io.
Alright, so what opening should we play in this game, guys? What should we play, guys? I'm thinking. You know what? I didn't play b3 in a long time, guys. Let's try b3. So my friend from Italy, do you live near to Palermo?
Music license.
Were you planning to play? Did you know about that tournament? This. I'm thinking, should I play e4? Could be quite funny. E4 he can't take. Funny move. This is a funny version. That is correct, my friend. That's what happened to him. That's what happened to him. Yes, so as I said, I recommend that when you all play Blitz or something, you could experiment, play different openings, just to test your general chess understanding and so on. Now, a lot of people do that with freestyle chess. Guys, I personally don't really like freestyle chess. I rarely play that. I don't think I ever even played a game of freestyle chess.
Reimagined.
That's much my opinion, guys. Let's even play g3, put the bishop on g2. Double fianchetto. Okay, my friend, you're a little bit far. Look, my friend, everything is close by plane. Everything is close by plane these days. So if you're coming across the plane tournament, you'll see me there, my friend. The different sections there. Nice location.
Artlist.io.
Right after that, I'm playing a tournament in France. More details on that will be soon. Play c5, okay, let me castle. This is like a weird Sicilian now. So if I play pawn d4, I have to play pawn d4 if I want to. I don't like the idea of c3 and d4, but the problem is my pawns are going to get in the center, but my bishop will be closed. I like the move d4 here now. And why I like this move was after cd4, knight d4, if I need to open up my bishop, I can always take knight takes c6. Maybe I can even consider putting a Maroczy bind pawn structure with c4 to gain a lot of space here. But the problem is in the Maroczy bind pawn structure, usually you don't want the bishop on b2. Because the bishop could fall under some risk here. So I'm thinking, should I play this c4? I think I can go for it here. I mean, that's basically the only reasonable plan white has when I made the double fianchetto to gain more space with c4. Rook e1. I'm not sure the knight will go knight, maybe not to c3, maybe it goes on d2 in the structure. As we know, the Maroczy bind structures, black's main counterplay, either a6 and b5 or e6 and d5. So by him playing queen b6, it shows he doesn't understand the position actually. He blocked his b pawn, so generally I'm quite happy. I think I can just move my knight to e2, because when you have more space, we all should know the rule to more space, keep pieces on the board. So knight e2 here, and again he has no breaks d5, no b5, so generally you should be happy if your opponent can't get these breaks in the Maroczy structures. The Maroczy structures, I know them very well. I read many books on them and I play that. Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'm an e4 player. But I would play d4. Why? If I had to play that for the rest of my life, because you see d4 is more wide. You can play much more openings with d4. I think e4 is a little bit narrower in that sense. So you see he's slowly preparing b5. I would like to play knight d5, but he will take, and my bishop will be hanging. So first I have to play queen d2. So yeah, d4 you can like play like the London system. You can play like sidelines like the Corley, and you can also play these main lines with, you can play Catalan, you can play like d4, c4, knight c3. So there's a lot of choice in d4. When you play like pawn to e4 with white, for example, if they play the French defense, there's only like the advanced variation, Tarrasch or main line. If they play like the Caro-Kann, there's only e5 or the main line. So white has less choice in e4 in my opinion. So I would, if I had only one for the rest of my life, it would be d4, because it means it's more choice, and also it means that it's not too, you can be more flexible. E4 is more theory heavy.
Music licensing reimagined.
Like for example, the college system, even if your opponent is not prepared, you could get a good solid game. So queen a5 was a good move by him. He's of course he would like to trade the queens. Now my idea is not to go f4, but I'm thinking no. Does he want queen h5 and bishop h3? Could be one idea of his. Yeah, this is a bit annoying that my knight can't move now. Because I put my queen on d2, but I shouldn't have done that. Rook fd1 with the idea, knight d5. And if we trade the queens, I have to evaluate how that endgame will be. Rook fd1, will he play b5? Is my question. Yeah, now he's in prime position to play b5. I wasn't too careful. At knight f4, knight d5, I don't like the spin here, guys, so I miss time. What about the move a3 to get in b4? It's an unusual idea, because usually white likes to keep the Moxie structure like this, but a3, b4, I don't see any way for him to target my my c pawn or anything like that. And then I'll get knight b5, I break him here, b4, knight d5. This could be interesting. This could be interesting. Ah, so you're on team e4, but look my friend, e4 is my main weapon. So that's why I got a little bit tired of it. Time to get something new. So that's one of the main reasons. Let's go b4 here. I was thinking maybe you should transfer the queen to h5 and honestly try bishop h3. To me that made a little bit more sense. Now I think I can play knight d5. There's no need to take his pawn and open the a file. And then when he takes with the knight, how should I take? I'm thinking CD or ED. After CD, now bishop g7, I should think, because if CD, he can actually play knight e5 and he doesn't have to trade bishops. If I play bishop g7 first, does he have any in-between move with bishop g7? He took my knight. If I take bishop g7, maybe he can try even this knight e3. Funny move to ruin my structure. ed5, he'll also play knight c4. Do I have ed5, knight e5, c5? Why then he just takes dc5? Yeah, I think I have to take this way. You'll play knight e5, I believe. And now I'm thinking bishop d4 first simply, because I want to avoid knight c4 attacking my bishop on b2 with tempo, kick his queen back. My knight will be good on a5 here, guys. So if I could manage like knight c1, knight b3, knight a5, I'll be happy. But that might not be too easy. So now we're going to play knight c4. It's quite clear to me. My bishop on g2 is not in the best spot. A defensive pawn is a good defensive piece, but it's not doing more than that. Now I'm thinking, guys, do I have time for the shenanigans with knight c1? Oh, my bishop is on d4. If I play f4, I'm thinking if I have time for this f4 also. What would Karpov play here? What would Karpov play? I think Karpov would play king h1 and he would wait and see. Because maybe when I play f4, my king is off the diagonal. So I think Karpov would play this. Karpov would play this for sure. Actually, no, my friend. They never invited me to play. They never invited me to play. There's a long story behind that. But I was always clearly, for the last like 5 years, clearly the highest rated player, but they never invited me to play. They have like some not too fair rules. Because basically for the last 2-3 years, I've been mainly residing outside of my country. And they have some rules that I need to play. I need to play like I don't know what is it, like 3 or 4 tournaments in my country. But that's not possible to even play in like 1 month. In our country, we have like 1 tournament every 2 months or something like that. And it's very expensive to take a plane ticket to go to my country. So yeah, that's right, my friend. You know how they have it. They have those things all over. But what to do? I don't let those things bother me. They can send a team with FIDE Master, with some FIDE Master, Candidate Master, and they could send their team. Doesn't matter to me. I just do what I could do. Whatever tournaments I go, it's no big difference to me. Okay, now do I play F4? I prepared it. My generating is ready. So, let's go. We play King H1 to prepare the move. So no need to delay the move. Look, see, King H1 is a useful move here. Hello, my friend. Thank you for joining in, Mr. Madhu Chess. Where you coming from?
Music licensing reimagined.
So guys, for anyone that's joining here, I'm International Master Alan Safar Ramoutar. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, Caribbean here. And we always bring you all a special kind of chess here, my friends. Bring you Caribbean style. And I'm making my tournament schedule. I'll be playing first in Palermo, then in France. You'll be getting more information about that soon. So now I have a solid knight on d4. And I'm thinking I would like to get pawn to e5 to open up my bishop. Yes, some control there. But you see, my friends, King H1 was a useful move. King H1 wasn't a bad move. Yeah, if I take with the queen, I have a weakness on a3. Let's take with the pawn. Yes, knight on c4 looks good, but it's not really doing anything too much. I mean, just looks at e3 and these squares. Should I take with the queen or the rook? Because if I take with the queen, it means I want to focus on my king side attack. If I take with the rook, maybe he wants to play rook a8 and trade everything.
Artlist.io.
Let's take with the rook. Huh. Ooh, yeah. Well, let's play a nice calm move, make it some space for my king to hide if anything happens.
Music licensing reimagined.
Can't play bishop f1. Let's play king h2 first, actually.
Artlist.io.
Let's try knight b3. I'll play e5. Anyways, guys, I need to play much faster here. Time is too low.
Reimagined.
Time is too low, guys. Let's just go e5. We'll go e5. Doesn't have knight e3. Important. Queen f2.
Artlist.io.
How do we continue here? It's not so simple. I can't just break with e6. I'm not too happy to play this move, honestly.
Music licensing reimagined.
Ooh. Don't tell me I completely forgot about that, but Queen D2, Knight F1. I forgot about the threat, guys. Queen D2, Knight F1, simply.
Artlist.io.
I think we blundered there. Yeah, we went wrong there. We were too relaxed, guys. What went wrong here? Yeah, this position was fine. This
Artlist.io.
Knight B3 was not so good. E5. Yeah, E5 here, takes. Knight takes. Here we have Knight C6, actually. Interesting. Yeah, the opening was quite strange.
Reimagined.
Yeah, true. Rook at D1. The idea to meet B5 with Knight D5. Go into this endgame here. Very interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting game. We played this opening. B3, E4 line. Played this quite strange.
Artlist.io.
I thought yeah, Queen D2 allowed this Queen F5. Queen D2 wasn't too good. Should play like some H3. But now with Queen F5, it just continues on Rook C1 or so on. Yeah, this H3 looks like this H3. Yeah, the problem my bishop on G2
Reimagined.
is out of the game here. White was okay here, but yeah, nothing more than that. Black was fine. And we blundered in the end here. But that guy played very well. Now the thing about me generally in my chess, I don't have any specific weaknesses that I want to improve. I generally work on everything. I think the main thing I can improve is again time trouble a lot. So I want to definitely improve that. I want to improve making faster decisions. So C4, E6. Nice. Should I play C6? Go for a Marshall Gambit. If he plays E4, I'm ready to enter those territories. E takes, take E5. Generally, this system is quite harmless. Play like Bishop D6. The idea is that I want to take away the squares for his bishop's development. And it's funny, but I think I can simply even play the move H6. So now my strategies I'm playing against his bishop. And then I'm going to develop normally as if nothing happened. I generally think I'm a universal player, but I'm very good at maneuvering and making these quick positional decisions. My calculation is also good. But as I said, my friend, these days in chess, you need to be able to play any kind of position. I don't shy down from playing any position. I think I can play anything. However, I would say I generally don't like crazy wild positions where you don't know what's going on. Like these too complicated positions. I would say I don't like those too much. But generally, I try to be able to play every kind of position.
Artlist.io.
Because that's good training. But if you're like an attacking player, you can't always attack. So you need to know to play several kinds of positions. Bishop F5, Queen B3. Yeah, Bishop F5, Queen B3.
Music licensing.
Promise Bishop F5, Queen B3. He's gonna attack B7 and Queen B6. He'll have a discovery. He might have a discovery. Let's try it. I mean, Bishop F5 it can be a bad move, so a normal developing move. So Queen B3, Queen B6. Does he have something like Knight F7? I thought he should have played Queen B3. It was definitely more critical to me. This move didn't scare me at all. I don't know, does the guy want some crazy attack with g4 or something? Knight g6, I don't want to trade too many pieces. Knight d7, he has knight f7. So you also have to be aware, knight d7, he has knight f7. Let me take on d6. Knight a6, maybe that's actually not a bad idea. Knight a6, I maneuvered knight c7, knight e6. This could be quite interesting, guys. This could be a quite interesting way. Knight b4, looking at c2, I think he just simply plays rook c1 and my knight has no business there. So yeah, let's try this. Try to bring the knight to e6. A very interesting way of development. So what about you, Mr. Leonard? What do you think are your strengths? Alright, guys. Yeah, I agree with you. As an adult improver, you should find just what kind of chess you like, and you should try to just become really good at it. That's for me, that's actually important. For the higher levels, it's a different philosophy. A lot of people get confused. Like a lot of coaches, they would recommend their students just do the same exact thing as them, but that's not correct. Well, like adult improvers, you definitely should try to find some area of chess you think you really enjoy and can manage well and stick to it, whether that be attacking or positional play. I don't think you should try to master everything unless your goal is to eventually become a supreme player. I don't play f6, that weakens all these light squares around my king. Let's play bishop h7. Yeah, I guess I want knight f5 and to get his bishop on g3. So this game is very funny, maneuvering and so on. We were playing all these very funny moves.
Licensing reimagined.
Alright. So Mr. Leonard, do you have any tournaments coming up, or when is your next tournament? Do you plan any tournament soon? So it looks like a lot of my regular viewers are not here today. They're probably celebrating Valentine's Day or something. Yeah, of course I take the bishop here.
Artlist.io.
I can put my queen to g5, but my knight on e6 would like to be to g5 and e4. Rook e8. Let's put the rook on the open file before anything. Knight g5, knight e4. Let's stop him here. Now one hint for you guys in the Carlsbad structure. Black usually in these structures has to play on the king side and white plays on the queen side here. That's a good tip for you guys. Knight a4, he wants just knight c5. Let's come out queen g5. We have the tactic knight d4, but then I also want to use this hook on g3. Because he created a hook. What a hook means, I can play h5, h4 and use it to open up and get his king. Can I play knight takes d4, knight takes d4, knight takes b7 is his idea. If bishop c5, I'm guessing he wants to take with it. Let's see, knight d4, knight b7. Did he calculate that, or is he just bluffing me? Knight d4, knight b7. Knight d4, knight b7. Yeah, it looks like he's opening up his rook. It might give him quite a lot of play. I'm thinking, do I want to take the knight on c5? He wants to take my knight on e5. If bishop c5, he'll take with his knight. And then a lot of pieces are coming off. Let's try rook e7, a neutral move. Keeping the tension. Defending b7. Again, wait for my other rook to come in. These are the kind of high level moves, you guys. definitely should be able to play. Knight d4 is still a threat.
Reimagined.
Okay, knight f4, he stops it. It's quite annoying here. Let's try taking here, seeing what he wants.
Artlist IO.
And I think I can play queen h4. I would want to even play g5 actually, guys. I will play g5. I'm gonna play g5, guys. I'm coming out for him.
Music licensing reimagined.
g3, I think I can play. In fact, no, I think I can play. I have to play queen h3. Where else is my queen gonna go? I have to be careful for my queen not to get trapped. Must say that. Queen d1, he wants to trap my queen with... Funny guy, he wants to trap my queen with bishop g4. Or I can play bishop f5, I believe. It's quite funny.
Licensing reimagined.
Does that trap my queen? Gf4, bishop g4. The queen looks quite trapped. Maybe bishop f5. Let's play. Let's tell him, how do you want to trap my queen? Let's see. So guys, as I said, I rolled out my tournament plans for the summer. We're gonna be making a slow and steady run to the GM title. The goal will be just to have consistent performance, some good tournaments, some good games, taking in the results. My first tournament, as you can see, it's going to be in Palermo. Okay, he wants bishop g2 clearly.
Reimagined.
Can I play king h8, bishop g2? Yeah, then bishop g2, I'll have to play bishop g4 and trade queens. I don't like that too much. Let's take here, try to open up the position. Bishop g2, I'll play queen g4. Not my happiest moment to trade queens, but okay. I had the bishop pair here, however, he has some strong counterplay on the queen side.
Reimagined.
Let's see how he takes. Gf4 is maintaining a solid structure. I have this passed h pawn. I'm wondering if I could use this, cause some damage. He clearly wants to put his king on h2. I don't want to take bishop c5 for sure, no. King g7, king f6 looks like a good king improvement. To improve my king here. This looks like a good king improvement to me. He can't play e4 because of bishop f4.
Artlist IO.
Maybe one idea I can consider now, maybe not, but b6 to kick his knight and b4 be hanging. But knight could go back to d3 here, so I'll have to think about bishop f5, something like that first. But yeah, first I improved my king to f6. King seems safe there.
Reimagined.
Yeah, strengths and weaknesses are always relative. You're good in positional position, you're strong in tactics. You should be a grandmaster already, my friend. You're strong in everything. too passive or careful. That's good. A lot of people overthinking is a serious issue in chess. But these days, they always shorten the time control. They always shorten the time controls in chess. Time controls are getting shorter and shorter. See where his rook wants to go.
Music licensing reimagined.
He'll simply retreat back here. I think I allowed him to play 97 check. I don't think that was a good decision. Let's take here. I don't like that knight away. Could generally get rid of that. Yeah, he has, I have this weakness here.
Music licensing.
I'll be very careful here. This is a little unpleasant position, guys. It'd be good if I could maybe put my bishop on b5 to close the b file, but I don't know how that will happen. Ahan, where do you plan to play?
Artlist.io.
The bishop e4, stop rook b1. Yeah, he wants the other rook to g1 and play full control over the g file.
Music licensing reimagined.
What can we do? We need to move around.
Artlist.io.
He definitely will try to flag me.
Music licensing reimagined.
It's hard to make some quick improvements for white here. But yeah, as I said, he's going to try to flag me, I believe.
Artlist.io.
I'll move around here. I need to keep my movements quick, swift.
Artlist.io.
Not 100% sure about this decision. Pawn will become a little bit vulnerable. Here.
Music licensing reimagined.
What's going on here?
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Blonde this one.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, we messed this one up.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing
That didn't
reimagined.
go too well. What's this here? People are playing too well. The guy had like at almost 2,500 performance. The H6 here. So this was good. Knight A6. We transferred the knight. Bishop H7. We wanted knight F5.
Artlist.io.
Knight G5 is also good. Rook E8 good. Actually, this was a free pawn, guys. I could have just taken this and taken the pawn. A6. Rook E7. What did I miss? Knight D4, Knight B7.
Music licensing
Bishop G3.
reimagined.
FG3. And while it's Queen E3, or simply Knight E2 takes Rook E3. So we had that, we played, we missed our chance and we went for this. Oof, I completely forgot for Rook E3 here. We had Rook E3. Bishop F5.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, and this position was a little bit tough here. They should have taken on H3, which definitely shouldn't have kept. Bishops on the board. Yeah, this position, I knew I had experienced it. These positions always when the weakness here, very tough. Didn't do that one too well. My friend is playing soon in a local tournament. 6 rounds in 3 days, that's heavy. That's heavy. That's very good. It's always good when you go back at tournament where you have good memories. Alright. Play one more game here, guys.
Music licensing reimagined.
Play E4. Aha, they are looking defense. E5, okay. Continue Knight C3. I like this line, it's quite simple. Open up my pieces quite quickly. Plays D5. I believe I can play Knight F3 here and develop my pieces quite
Artlist.io.
quickly. Bishop F4. Alright, well, I wish you good luck with that, my friend. I hope you will get through that. That's always never too easy to go through those things.
Licensing reimagined.
Go Queen D2, C4, Bishop E2. We have control over the D4 square. Let's see if we castle here. We can play H4 also. I'm almost done, my friend. This is the last game, my friend. This is the last game, my friend. We never stream too long. We stream usually 1.5, 2 hours here. Because as I said, I have my own daily schedule. Castles, queenside here. So now we just want to kill him with G4, G5. Usually in these positions, it's all about tempi and who's more accurate here. Because black has to play on the queen side and I have to try to get him on the king side here. Okay, I play king b1. Maybe he wants to copycat me and also castle queen side. Huh. But did he not blunder? Do I not have bishop take c4? With d4, queen d7. Simple tactics are very important, guys. Simple tactics are very important. Alright, let's go. Castles on. Okay, I grab the pawn here. I can humbly come back. Now I need to convert this pawn. So I should play in the center. There's no point of any kingside attack. So I would like rook h1 next. Come up a pawn, but it's a double pawn. What's this? Cannot take. Take the rook. Man, take this pawn here. What is this? So usually when people blunder a pawn or something, they usually lose all their motivation and just the whole position collapse. I would recommend the book on Botvinnik is a brilliant one. I think you definitely should go through that, my friend. That one is gold. That is chess gold, my friend. That is a must. I like bishop f6. Trying to catch his rook. Knight g5, simply. f7 is quite weak. That Botvinnik book is very good. Botvinnik selected games, I believe you're talking about. You'll definitely learn a lot from that, my friend. Okay, we're gonna take on f7. My bishop on b3 is not the best place. It looks at his pawn, but I think he's helping me. The guy is friendly. He wants to open up my bishop. I can take here simply. No, I don't think he has any tricks or anything up his sleeve. He's helping me. He's traced the queen. What a friendly guy. What a friendly guy. Okay, but this pawn is weak. Perhaps I missed that detail. However, cannot take on f7. He takes on g2. Knight f7, rook g2. Yes, I'm counterplaying. Knight f7, rook g2. c3. Huh. If I play c3 now, he's gonna play bishop e5. f4 is bishop e3. I believe I should take here. Rook g2, I'll play c3 or so. I don't want to get mated with rook g1, of course. Let's just play c3. No need to be greedy about any material or anything. My bishop is good. He's perhaps gonna get back a pawn. Who was the author of that book, my friend? Who wrote that book by Botvinnik? I don't think I heard for that. Now I believe I can play rook takes d4 simply, actually. First time I'm hearing for that book. I know Botvinnik wrote. I think I can take this way. This way I get the two pieces for the rook and the pawn. This should be fantastic. His bishop is not so good. My bishop is amazing here. My bishop pressures his pawn on e6. Yeah, so tell me who's the author of that book? Ah, Khalifman. I'll have to investigate that book. Khalifman is a former FIDE world champion. It should be good. I would hope it would be. Can I play d5? I generally am thinking about the move a3 just to be able to hide my king in any case. And then I want to go d5. Okay, he wants to play a4.
Artlist.io.
Let's try knight d6 check. I need to get my knight closer to the action. My knight is not doing too much.
Music licensing.
Knight e4, knight c5 is one idea. He's coming after my bishop though. I still think we're gonna play knight e4. Knight comes to c5, putting pressure on e6. Quite solid idea. I'll check out that book, I'll take a look at it.
Artlist.
Sounds quite interesting. You let me know how it goes for you, my friend. If you tell me it's a good book, maybe I'll check it out. Simply move here. I don't think my bishop is getting trapped by... Huh. Does he have bishop c6, bishop d5? That would not be nice if he does. But bishop c6, knight c3 I have. And luckily this b5 pawn is fixed. And is weak. However, I don't like my king position actually, guys. My king is a little bit boxing, but I mean, this should be working for me. Bishop d3. Bishop d3 wants rook d1. Bishop b1, then my bishop looks quite strange there. Let's try bishop d3. He wants rook d1. Okay, I wanted knight c3 was my idea. What was his plan? My bishop on f6 needs to come in the game for sure. He needs to do something. Bishop on f6 needs to step up to the task. Do I have bishop d8? See where his king is going. I think I have knight captures a4 here, guys. I think I can simply play this. Bishop d5, I play b3. And I think this is, I'm getting another pawn here. My knight's coming to c5. This should just be clearly winning now. Okay, I can play b3. We calculated this. Luckily, knight c5 comes with tempo.
Music licensing reimagined.
He moves his king. Can I take bishop takes b5? Then rook c2 he wants. I can grab this pawn, guys. Why would I not grab it? Rook c2, knight b2. Knight b2 is keep everything very funnily defended, and then bishop c4 next. We have too many extra pawns. Can't be good for him.
Music licensing reimagined.
He wants to take on d4. If I play bishop e7, he's gonna play king b6 with tempo, attacking my bishop. I can play bishop d3 though. And to me, everything looks defended here. This position, it looks like not one problem. Bishop e7, bishop c5 I'll play just to defend my center, and then I will think what to do. Now I don't need to think everything is defended. If your coach told you to look at Botvinnik's games, that's strange. Botvinnik is not really known for the exchange sacrifice. That's Tigran Petrosian.
Licensing.
Are you sure you didn't mix up both of them? Because Tigran Petrosian was known for the exchange sacrifice. Much more than Botvinnik. Kind of just play a4 and slowly but surely get my pawns going.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, I know Botvinnik, but Tigran Petrosian was famous for the exchange sacrifice. I don't know. Botvinnik was not, that was not his like speciality. Now we could go this pawn, e6, e7. Now his rook is tied down to looking at this pawn. Now my other pawns will go. e4. First, let's improve our pieces actually. Let's hide my king on a3 and then move my knight. Let's play knight d3. We're gonna play knight e5 to block his rook, and then we'll actually be able to play e8 queen.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, my king is safe, so this is gonna be an easy one in the back. I can play knight e5. He can't stop me from making a queen now. Besides that, it's a great, yeah, it's always good to go through the great chess players of the past. That's a huge record. And look, if I play e8 queen, he doesn't have any stalemate or anything, so I don't know what he wants. I mean, king has a6 square. He probably thought he had a stalemate or something.
Reimagined.
But we got him here. No need to worry or fret. So guys, if we have any new viewers here, be sure to subscribe and like. We're going to be streaming very regularly here, guys. And we want to bring you guys. So I played relatively fine, 93% accuracy. Bishop f4, bishop d3 is good. And very funny that castle was actually not so good, guys. Castling too early. Really? What book? My friend, you might get me to purchase a lot of chess books because I love these classical world chess champions. You might, wow, a book of Paul Morphy. You need to tell me these names because for me, I really love collecting chess books, especially about the great historical players. Yeah, castle too early. I could have played rook h3, rook g3. Funny idea. Yeah, he went like this and he blundered, and we simply continued the game. And yet we got him. He had no chance. Did not leave him with any chance. Very accurate, very precise. Very good. Yeah, so guys, you all joining in now. Be sure to subscribe. I'm International Master Alan Safar Ramoutar from the Caribbean, #1 player from the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago. And we guys bring you new kind of streaming here. Not the usual entertainment, but as I am, I bring you all very instructive stuff here. So as you can see, my first tournament in the summer is going to be in Palermo here. So you guys can check it out if you want to meet me there and play in the same tournament as me. Who is the author? Who wrote that book? Who wrote that book about Paul Morphy? Yeah, of course, definitely wasn't him. That sounds interesting. I might have to check that out. But for now, I'm working heavily on this book here.
Artlist.io.
I quite enjoy this one, guys. This one I'm beginning to enjoy this one a lot. This one is quite good. This imagination in chess. This one is really good, guys, but it's a bit advanced. It's quite nice concept, quite nice book. I also love there was a book Karpov wrote, it's an old book, but it was Karpov wrote it himself about his best games. It was Edition Olms Publishing. It was quite good as well. I like Karpov's games. Petrosian had a book on Python strategy also, a book on his annotated game is quite good too. Alright guys, well look, it was a short stream today. So that's going to bring us to the end. So remember, if we have any new viewers, be sure to subscribe, stay tuned. And you could see us very often here streaming on chess.com TV. So again, thank you my friend from the Netherlands, the man from Italy. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope some of you all will come to play in Palermo and you all will see me there, my friends. So you all have a good Valentine's Day. If you're celebrating, studying chess or whatever you're doing, good luck to you guys there and be well, keep improving. Good luck my friend from Netherlands with your chess studying. Be focused. My friend from Italy, I want to hear some progress from you guys. I want you all to always come back and see your chess is improving. You all are prohibited to watch the stream and